Mary. This is order 6096 for your general reading. So I have my computer here. That's where I'm getting your energy from. And this is yours. So I would recommend to watch it by yourself first. And then if you would like to share it with others, then you're more than welcome to. It's your reading. It's whatever you would like to do. So how I tend to work with my cards is I'll pause in between shuffling of the decks. And as they come out, it's like past, present, and future. But the future is not set in stone. So as soon as you start making decisions, then things will change. And this is energy as of right now in this moment. You can re-watch the video. You can fast forward it. You can rewind it. Whatever you want to do. But it's yours, okay? So we will see what comes out for you. I feel nervous all of a sudden. I don't know why. Also, let me know how this resonates for you, just to ensure that I got the right energy for the reading. Now, this deck can be a little stubborn, but it's very truthful. So we'll see. I may have to pause so that I can get some cards out. I think you're looking forward to this reading, but at the same time, you're like, what are they going to say? What's she going to say? Whoa. Okay, let me pause for a sec. All right, so my first card is kind of like the anchor card for the reading, kind of sets the tone of the reading. And yours is love. This one is about unconditional love, like self-love. It's also about passion, affection, attraction, those sorts of things. I think that for you, you tend to fall in love very quickly and easily. This is not necessarily with individuals, but it can relate to individuals. But it's also about hobbies and interests. When you dive in, you dive in. You go all in, go all out. This is like me. I do this. This is what I did when I started getting into this. This is what happened to me when I do certain projects and certain things that I'm attracted to. I feel like you're the same way. And you have a lot of love to give everybody, but you're hard on yourself. Self-love aspect, you're working on it, but it's very hard for you. And it's hard for you because you have negative thoughts going on. I feel like you're very harsh with what you do. So you make a decision and then it doesn't go the way that you wanted to, and then you're like, ugh, and then you blame yourself. This is how I feel with this, okay? That's like an exaggeration, but you know where I'm going with that, okay? Now, the first card after that is kind of your reading, all right? So then we got Palm Tree, okay? Palm Tree is about stability, security, growth, flexibility. It's also about endurance. So you need to be more like a palm tree. You kind of sway in the breeze and those sorts of things. But your security and your flexibility and your stability and all those sorts of things, in the past, they were kind of very wobbly. It was kind of like, okay, going good for a while, and then you have a back set, like 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of deal. This is kind of how I'm feeling. And same with your growth within yourself. You feel like you have momentum, and then all of a sudden you have a backward step. And then you have momentum, and then you have a backward step. So you got to keep going with the whole forward movement. You're having those setbacks. Everybody has setbacks, but you take it kind of to the extreme, where you got to be a little bit more flexible with things, okay? Now, this is interesting. Paradise came out sideways. When my cards come out sideways like this, it's like they're in reverse. So the Paradise card is about happiness, expansion, joy. It's about playfulness, enjoying time with others, those sorts of things. Now, I can view this a couple different ways. Since it came out in reverse, you're more of a hermit. You don't necessarily like going out. You tend to stick to what you know, and you like being in your home, comfy, cozy, those sorts of things, and you always kind of have. And the whole happiness, expansion, joy, and those sorts of things, again, relates back to, like, again, we're going reverse. So it's like, again, sadness, kind of enclosure, and feeling sad, and those sorts of things. You have waves of this. And it's not all the time. It's just waves of this. And that's why you're kind of maybe secluding yourself a little bit too. So you tend to run away when things get tough because the Runner came out next. So this is about a fear of actual intimacy of something. So the intimacy could be another individual, or it could be like you're getting too close with actually healing or making progress, and then you are the one that's setting yourself back. Okay, so I'd like you to kind of reevaluate some things on how you are going to do this. And I think it's your ego. I think your ego is getting in the way. Because when you are doing childhood trauma healing, or healing in general, that is from the past, you are healing your inner child. And same with shadow work. Shadow work is about healing your inner child, which can expose things that we're not ready to handle yet. And I think that's what's kind of happened. And your ego is then stepping in and going, nope, not right now. And then that's when you have a setback. So make sure that you are doing only what you can handle mentally, okay? Because I think that you're wanting to do it, but at the same time, when you dive right into things, you again have that setback, okay? Then we got stabbed in the back. So this one here is about pain, shocking, maybe kind of feeling like you've been deceived a little bit, and kind of, again, that heartbreak pain kind of deal. So I think that this is relating back to you and your growth patterns. So whenever you're diving in too deep and you're starting to feel those things, then you kind of go into a little bit of a, not a panic moment, but kind of a anxiety of it. And then that's when you have your step back. So again, 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of deal. Self-indulgent also came out sideways, and it's in reverse. You struggle with focusing on your self-worth and knowing what you are actually capable and what you bring to the table. Your self-acceptance isn't quite there. And I think that's why you're trying to heal your inner child. I really feel like you're trying to do a lot of healing. But again, you gotta start here first and be accepting of who you are, the here and now first. At least this is what worked for me. And then once you are cool with what you are right now and where you're heading now into the future, then you can work on your past. I think your past is really starting to creep up on you, so that's why you want to heal and deal with it. But you gotta accept for who you are right now, okay? So you gotta focus on yourself, your self-worth, and your self-appreciation, and start looking after yourself here and now, and knowing who you actually are, so that you can then heal who you were. You know what I mean? Because you're kind of mixing everything in between, and you're getting a whole big stew pot going, and it's not turning out the way that you want it to turn out. It's just like, think of it as like cooking soup or something. You're throwing in a whole lot of ingredients in there, and you're hoping it's going to turn out the way that you want it to turn out, but it's not going to turn out the way that you want it to turn out because you're throwing in way too much at yourself at once, okay? Now, Grim Reaper came out next. This is not about death, okay? This is about growth and transformation. I view this for you kind of like the death card in tarot. So it's not about physiological death. It's about a rekindling, a rebirth. It's about knowing who you are and where to go from here. I think that this is really going to be your boop moment, and you're going to start really working on what I have mentioned and applying it, and you're going to start seeing results with it. So it's going to be like no second chances. This is what we're doing. This is where we're going. This is like the direction we're heading in. And then now that I'm good here and now, then I can start working on my past. Okay. Now, bottom of the deck is Snake. This one here is about completion. This is about also about like being clever in the moment. So you need to have that methodical thinking going on and know that this is where you're heading. Okay, let me grab another deck and let me see what else comes out. Just give me 1 sec. All right, this is interesting because the first card in this deck was Fire. So I can view this a few different ways. This is about rekindling the spark underneath you to get going to where you need to go. And then as the spark ignites, then you're going to start realizing that like you're going to build that fire up, and then it's going to turn into like a really big blaze, but you got to contain that blaze. Okay. So I view it like that, but I also feel like there's fire in your chart somewhere. That's very significant to you. So whether it is your sun sign, that's the one that most people refer to, or your moon sign or your ascending, then I think that that's really important to you. So it's Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or you could have a couple of those, but let me know. The next card is apology. Again, you're very hard on yourself. And this is about you feel like you need redemption of some sort, and you need to forgive the past, work on the past in order to be happy here and now. So this is like you're wanting a desired connection to getting it all straightened out in your head, so to speak of. So again, yes, our past has made us who we are today, and we take those lessons from the past and learn from them. But you need to, again, I feel like you need to acknowledge who you are first, here, now, right now, present, okay? Versus trying to heal things from the past. Because I think that you're trying to heal things from the past without acknowledging who you are right now, and it's a mixed signal for you. You know what I mean? Like again, too many ingredients cooking right now, all right? You need to figure out the here and now, independent, okay? So you are self-reliant, and you're trying to figure all this out on your own, but again, you're struggling with it, okay? You're a very independent person, which is a great thing, but at the same time, I think you're focusing on the wrong things, okay? I'm saying that as gentle as I can. It's great you want to heal, and it's great that you want to heal your past, from your past in like your inner child, but at the same time, I can't stress it enough that you gotta focus here first. Okay, so dance is about being present, rejoicing in the present, okay, and bringing some fun back in, okay. So then we got serendipity. So this one here is about blessings, cosmic gifts, wishes being fulfilled. I feel like you have a very big weight on yourself and on your shoulders, and that's why you feel like you need to heal from the past first before you can move forward. So try and take that weight off of yourself, and don't put so much pressure on yourself. You are putting a lot of pressure on yourself, and it's not doing you any good, okay? So you can only do so much, all right? And you gotta, again, your team is trying to help you as far as like your spirit team, okay? But at the same time, you gotta, again, kind of acknowledge who you are first, and be present here first in order for you can then move forward, okay? Now, Chemistry and Empress came out together at the end. This is interesting because Chemistry is about attraction and passion, but the Empress is about divine feminine energy. Everybody has masculine energy, everybody has feminine energy, and this is about like yin-yang aspect. So you got to bring that balance back into things. Nothing is going to be ever perfectly balanced, okay, when it comes to like this sort of stuff. But I feel like your Empress energy needs to come out a little bit more, like your feminine energy needs to come out a little bit more, and use your intuition a little bit more than what you have been in the past. And that chemistry for you is going to click, and that passion and that attraction to knowing who you are and where to go from here is going to then click for you. Once that starts clicking, then you can start working on past things, okay? But you are trying to deceive yourself. This is the bottom of the deck, okay? So this is about like there's lies, betrayals, or secrets, and those sorts of things. And I think that's why you're wanting to heal so badly. But again, I think that it is important, but you need to level up right now, and focus on the things that are important right now, and then move on from that. You know what I mean? So that you can have growth within yourself for that. I just split the deck and it's trance. So this is about possible meditation, dreams, intuition is a big one. It's about transformation within yourself, like a butterfly. Okay, so grow into the beautiful butterfly that I know that you can be. Let me grab another deck. One sec. All right, this is kind of reiterating the other decks, but we're gonna go over it anyway. First one is that feminine energy again, okay? So again, coming into that Empress energy, knowing that you are a light worker, that you are capable of getting through all of this. And then we got third eye. So this is about clarity, that aha moment, and also like opening up to your gifts, so to speak of, okay? Remembering and awakening. So I feel like when you had your spiritual awakening, when you have a spiritual awakening, some individuals think that it's like you have a spiritual awakening and then you go about your business, and then you have another spiritual awakening and then you go about your business, and then you have another one, and so on and so forth. I personally believe, from what I have read and what I have heard, once you start having one spiritual awakening, it never goes away. You may have blips in it, but it's never going to go away totally. And I feel like for you, it comes in waves, but you feel like it's gone and then it comes back. It's never really gone, because when you are spiritually awakening, you're always evolving and changing and growing, whether you know it or not. Either it's on a subconscious level or it's a subconscious and a conscious level. So when you feel that little blip, it's your conscious level that's suppressing it, because you're worried consciously about what's gonna happen. So those little blips that you're feeling is that. But I don't think that you ever really like shut off a spiritual awakening, in my opinion. That's just from what I have read. Again, not surprised this one's came out, okay? So we got balancing, and again, the scales and those sorts of things, okay? It could be a karma thing too, but this is interesting. We got water again, and then we have facade. So this is about beliefs as well. So this is kind of about putting a mask on and not facing what you need to face, okay, for you. And it's almost feeling like the waters are very calm right now, but at the same time, you almost feel like you're drowning a little bit, but you're staying stuck. You can't go anywhere and you're staying stuck. So you gotta, again, take that mask off, so to speak of, so that you can face what you need to face, because your past is making you suffer. Okay, when you keep trying to heal your past, since you're not healed from right now, that's what's creating this suffering, okay, and the self of lack, okay, because again, you need to heal here and now first from the stuff that has just recently happened, and I'm talking like past couple years, before you start handling things from the past, okay? And you're taking on way too much, and you're being very closed off about it. And I think that's why you're feeling this way, and you're having a hard time facing the past as well, because there's so much that has happened in the past, and there's so much suffering from the past, that you're carrying again that heavy burden with you, because again, you're very closed off, you're guarded, you're having that resistance because you're not healing the here and now first. I'm hoping this makes sense. Please let me know if this is making sense. The bottom of the deck is about self-love, okay, and intentions, and about creating the life that you want, and knowing that you are comfortable with who you are right now. That self-love, the self-appreciation, growing yourself as of right now, okay, and knowing yourself to be true in what you want in life, okay? So in order, again, like finding you gotta complete yourself and complement yourself in order for you to be a whole unit, and stop the negative self-talking, okay? Because I feel like when something's going wrong, you tend to be like naming it as you. So when I say that, I say there's a situation that you're upset over, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, stupid, or silly, or whatever. The universe is recognizing it as you are saying that to yourself. So like attracts like. Name the situation that oh, I really don't like this situation, or this situation that I'm in. You know what I mean? So that you can like turn that negativity around, so that you can bring positivity back in. And again, this goes for yourself too, like when you're thinking about yourself. So I hope this has resonated. I hope this has helped. It might be like boop in your face kind of deal, but yeah, you are dreaming, I feel like, and your spirit team's trying to send you messages in your dreams. So try and keep a dream journal as well. Sometimes you wake up and you don't feel like you have dreamt. Give it a few minutes before you start tossing and turning and getting right out of bed, or before you even look at your phone and those sorts of things. Just lay on your back and close your eyes and try and recall if you have had a dream or what has happened in that dream, and then try and keep a journal of it. So where were you? Who were you with? Were you seeing it from a third eye perspective, like wherever it was, or were you seeing it through your eyes? It's totally up to you. Not up to you, but it's those sorts of things can matter in dreams, or what kind of wildlife was in it, or if there was water in it, or animals, and those sorts of things can influence on what those messages are. So kind of see if there's any repeating patterns with them, or the message in them is the same, because I think that will be a message for you. So let me know again how this resonates, and I just split it again. So let me know how this resonates with you, and I really hope that this resonates with you and helps. But please let me know and reach out if you need anything. So thank you again so much. Take care of yourself.